Kanye West is speaking out on the New World Order, and he claims he has evidence the entire Hollywood is being controlled.
The enemy's plan is set up far before the fallout.
In case you were wondering, no, Kanye West hasn't been silenced, and he is once again speaking out against the entertainment industry. In his new interview, Kanye revealed that the recent controversies shaking up the celebrity world, like the Balenciaga scandal, are connected to something much bigger and more sinister called the New World Order. But what exactly is the New World Order, and what kind of evidence does Kanye have to support this theory?
Yes, there are people that are the head of the New World Order, that are part of the CCP, and a part of elite Zionist Jews.
It's been a couple of months since Kanye West was effectively blacklisted by Hollywood and corporate America. However, that doesn't mean Kanye is no longer speaking his mind in public. In his latest interview, Kanye touched on the topic of the New World Order, and he talked about the connection between Hollywood celebs, their handlers, and political elites. But before we go into what Kanye said, let's go over some context first, because New World Order is a highly controversial subject. And while most people believe this is just another conspiracy theory, there are also many of those who are convinced the term conspiracy is used to discredit everyone who questions the official narrative. Now, the New World Order is officially labeled as a conspiracy theory, and it basically refers to the belief that a secret group of elites is trying to implement a totalitarian world government. A number of individuals and organizations are alleged to be a part of the elite group, and they've been accused of using Hollywood and the entertainment industry for their propaganda. But the belief in New World Order is nothing new and can be traced back to the 19th century, when a group of Christian priests, starting with John Nelson Darby, claimed that people who made a deal with the devil in exchange for money and power are used as pawns by the elites who want to impose a world government and the belief in a false prophet. Some modern Christian conspiracy theories have alleged this false prophet will be either the last pope of the Catholic Church, a guru from the New Age movement, or a prominent political leader. This idea is also closely connected to the belief in the existence of a secret society known as the Illuminati. A number of celebs have been alleged to belong to the Illuminati, including Kanye's ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, and her family, as well as former friends Beyonce and Jay-Z. These celebs have been accused of using their influence to subvert Christianity and promote the idea of the New World Order through subliminal messages and hidden symbolism.
They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Not you, man.
But they can't control me.
Not
You see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name. It's up.
Some conspiracy theorists also believe the Illuminati symbolism of the New World Order hides in plain sight. For example, in the $1 bill, the Great Seal of the United States, the architecture of the National Mall, and the streets of Washington, D.C. Proponents of the New World Order conspiracy have also theorized that the world government will be implemented through population control by advocating for family planning programs, contraception, and abortion, which is also something that Kanye recently talked about in one of his interviews.
And there's a photograph on it. What is that?
It's a photograph of a baby's ultrasound.
Why is that? And that you designed that?
Yes.
Why? What does that mean?
It just represents life and pro-life.
Boy, so you wear it on a badge. What kind of response do you get? And I agree.
I don't care about people's responses. I care about the fact that there's more black babies being aborted than born in New York City at this point. That 50% of black death in America is abortion. So I really don't care about people's responses. I perform for an audience of one, and that's God.
Besides population control, New World Order theorists believe the elite groups that are seeking to implement government use different methods of mind control to influence the masses. These mind control tactics are said to include everything from brainwashing programs such as the infamous MK Ultra to subliminal advertising in the media. Now, what's interesting is that there are a lot of things about this conspiracy theory that have zero proof. However, MK Ultra is not one of them. See, Project MK Ultra was once thought to be a conspiracy theory. However, in 1977, a Freedom of Information Act request uncovered 20,000 documents related to this secret project, and more shocking documents were declassified in July 2001. These documents showed the CIA worked on developing procedures that could be used for brainwashing.
The CIA man overseeing the project was John Gittinger.
There was continued pressure put upon anybody within the agency in connection with trying to explain or understand brainwashing. So we were charged with rather an elaborate attempt to try to find out chemical, psychological, any kind of means that people could use to influence the behavior of the people.
MK Ultra program, which started in 1953 and ended in 1973, used a wide variety of methods to manipulate its subjects' mental states, including administration of high doses of psychedelics, especially LSD, along with electroshocks, hypnosis, sensory deprivation, isolation, and more. Now, as for Kanye's connection to the story about MK Ultra, some of Kanye's fans speculated that the Hollywood elites tried to brainwash Kanye by misdiagnosing him as bipolar and even planned to put him under conservatorship once they realized they couldn't control what he says in the public. Well, Kanye is now opening up about this and much more in a new interview with X17, and he revealed he's actually autistic and not bipolar like previously thought.
Jesus says, love everyone. God says, love everyone. For me, I believe that in no way, I am not bipolar, I'm not in some kind of episode, but I may be slightly autistic, like Rain Man. And that's part of my superpower. That's the reason why I can produce tracks and design and do so many things.
Interestingly, in another recent interview, Kanye mentioned that his former personal trainer, Harley Pasternak, may have been placed in charge of his well-being so he could brainwash him by giving him the wrong pills.
Let me read these Harley tips. This is how he was threatened. This is a trainer, but come to find out, he's actually Canadian intelligence, but this is my trainer. So this shows you the kind of handlers that are around the superstars in California, right? So it says, I'm going to help you one of a couple ways. First, you and I sit down and have a loving and open conversation, but you don't use cuss words. And everything that is discussed is based in fact, and not some crazy stuff that dumb friend of yours told you or you saw in a tweet. Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever. Play date with the kids just won't be the same. This is the way a Hollywood trainer was talking to me to force me to go and apologize.
But what's also bizarre is that back in 2016, Kanye was hospitalized after an incident at Harley Pasternak's house. And at the time, all the outlets claimed that the incident was connected to Kanye's bipolar disorder.
And they wanted to medicate me every day. You realize, they could have just switched to medication and I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue, right? Yeah. I ain't never been back to the hospital since 2015, but every time they say I'm crazy, it's just when I'm saying the truth. So what's the crazy part, really?
However, Kanye is now saying that not only was he misdiagnosed, but the Hollywood elites may have also tried to use him as a scapegoat for the recent Balenciaga controversy. Kanye explained that Balenciaga tried to use him as the face of their brand instead of Kim Kardashian, so he would get blamed for their controversial campaign featuring children. However, Kanye said he ruined their plans by sharing a tweet about Jewish people. This ultimately forced Balenciaga and other companies to cut ties with Kanye, which means they could no longer blackmail and control him.
You know what's interesting about the DEF CON tweet is, and the relationship to Balenciaga, the enemy's plan is set up far before the fallout. It feels like they put me in the front of the show and swapped him out so that I could be the face at the time when the photos hit. But God had me tweet the DEF CON, and then they had to cut ties with me. So they weren't able to use me in that way. And I just feel blessed. We have to lean into the spirit in all things we do.
And then Kanye went on to talk about the New World Order, claiming that China is trying to take control from the U.S. as the #1 global superpower by controlling the American media through Jewish executives.
We have to bring Christ to the CCP. We need to bring Christ to China. China control y'all. China made this phone and controls this phone and controls the people that you're gonna get this video to. The Jewish people are the middlemen. They sold America to China. They sold the American media.
However, Kanye also clarified that the people involved in the creation of the New World Order are not to blame because they're being controlled by the devil, and he added the only solution is to turn to Christ.
Yes, there are people that are the head of the New World Order, that are part of the CCP, and a part of elite Zionist Jews. There are people who are involved in creating the fentanyl crisis in America. But that's Satan using them. We need to be very clear. Christ is king.
Now, you already know that social media had a lot to say about Kanye's claims that the devil is using the Chinese government and Jewish people in America to push the New World Order. And while a lot of people are saying this theory is completely ridiculous, and this just proves Kanye has lost the plot, others are praising Kanye for being brave enough to speak on something that should concern everyone. Please stop giving this man this kind of platform, one fan said. He clearly needs help, jokes aside. And another fan wrote, by saying Jewish people, he is making unimaginable massive generalizations of who he actually means is a few people in key places. Imagine if a few heads of companies, etc. were black and I said black people when referring to them. It's insane. However, Kanye is not without his supporters, and many fans are saying that the fact that Kanye was canceled so quickly proves he's speaking the truth. One fan commented, as a person who knew about this information since I was in high school, the fact that someone who is as big as Kanye is talking about it openly means the system is collapsing and a new day is around the corner. Another person worried about his safety and said, I know he's well protected, but I worry about this man's safety. Stay safe, yay. But now we want to hear what your opinions are on this. Do you think Kanye is spreading conspiracy theories, or is there some truth to his claims about the New World Order? Let us know in the comments, and if you like this video, don't miss out on this next one.